Okay, hello and welcome back to the last one in the series. And as always, we are going to go out with a bang. I like to put that last one as the very finest, the creme de la creme, the best one. So here we go. So we're going to start you off. It's a different structure altogether. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time to explain it now. So just allow me to talk a little bit. But as always, you're here to get moving. So let's get moving. So just follow what I do. And as always, I'll just talk you through it a little bit. So it's going to be 4 different sets. And just make sure you're listening in. So 4 sets. Again, just follow what I do. Each set has got 3 movements. And the 3 movements that we're doing in each of the 4 sets are actually technically fairly similar. It's just that we're going to start off with the easiest version of each. And then by the 4th set, your last set, you'll be doing the hardest version of them each. If you can't do the hardest version, then you have a choice of any of the previous 3 that we've done to stick to. But if you can go all the way and go from easiest to next easiest to next easiest and then to the hardest, then you've done very well. That means that you're fully ready to move on to something far more advanced. If you're not, it doesn't matter. You can just keep on getting stronger at these. So let's just lift up the knees. So yeah, it's basically similar movements, if not the same movements, but just progressions with every set that we do. And you might be thinking that's crazy because we're going to be getting more tired. Yes, it's part of the point, really. You get more tired, so the movement's going to get tougher anyway. But the way that I like to structure things, I always like to structure things so that you start off with the easiest stuff first, on the whole, just so you can kind of ease yourself into it a little bit. Let's now open the hips up. So basically, with that being said, you're going to have a minute of each exercise to do. That's the magic number. And you're going to get a quick 15-second recovery in between the 3 movements in each set. Lots of stuff being said here. And then once you've done each of the 3 movements once, you then get a minute to recover until you go to set number 2, where the movement's going to get a little bit tougher. But you've probably just ignored all that and just follow me along as I go, which is totally fine. Let's start to move the back as always. However, just to tell you, the first 3 movements, just to give you an idea of what they are, they're very familiar. So we're going to start off with squats. Shock horror. We're then going to go into push-ups, but push-ups on our knees and on our belly. The easiest version. You might be thinking, I don't need to do that. I can do the proper push-ups. It doesn't matter. You can get the most out of every single rep. There's always benefits of going easier. You can concentrate more on the chest, on the arms. You can do what you need to do, but just stick to what I'm doing. Then after the push-ups, we're then going to go into ab crunches, which are probably one of the easiest movements for your core. And they're going to gradually get tougher as we go through. Let's start to swing those shoulders. So I know I've just talked for a long time. In essence, it gets harder as it goes through. Just follow me as I go along. The first round might even be quite nice, which is a rarity, but I'm in a good mood, you know. A rarity as well. So finally, let's just get the heart rate going a little bit again. I've got my timer at the ready. First round is going to be a minute of squats, but without any further time wasting, let's crack on. In terms of space, all you need to do is lie down. We're not doing any dips or tricep dips, so you don't need a sofa. You just need a floor with a mat on, preferably, for your supreme comfort. So let's get ready to rock and roll. Squats coming up for a minute, just your most basic squats, which I'm hoping by now we're all familiar with. So let's get ready in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So as always, with squats, we're sitting down as low as we can. Your legs might be aching from a previous workout you've done, like mine are, but you just have to embrace that burn, embrace the DOMS is what we call it, the delayed onset of muscle soreness. What a fantastic phrase. So once you've done a minute of this, you're going to get a quick 15-second recovery before we go into a set of push-ups on our knees and on our bellies, which I'll show you what I mean. And like I said, even if it's easy for you, you just have to make do with it for now because it will get tougher. I can promise you that much. So yeah, just taking your time. You can really focus now on getting some good quality reppage done. Sitting low, putting the weight through your sort of heels, knees out. Don't let your knees travel in. We've got 5 seconds left, so let's get ready to think about the next movement. So 3, 2, 1, and good. Okay. So the first progression of push-ups, well, it's not, there's many before it, but this is the obvious one. So on your knees, like so, and then going down onto your belly,
and pressing up like that. So let's get ready. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Hopefully you're keeping up with time better than me. Down, pressing up. Again, hands, shoulder width apart. I'm taking my time. I'm not in a rush. I'm just going to go for some good quality reps here. Slowly down, rest, push up. For some of you, this may be very easy, which is fine. I'm trying to get the most out of every single rep. For some of you, this definitely won't be easy, which is also fine. But like I've always said to you, you're far better off with push-ups going to the floor than you are doing half reps. Even if it means you have to lay down on the ground, you take your body through full range of motion. One of the most important things when it comes to getting stronger and also getting more flexible. So in about 6 seconds, we're going to move onto our backs. So 3, 2, 1, and good. Even a minute of that, if you're more advanced, you can feel that still in your chest. You can get that in your triceps, your shoulders. It's still a great movement. There's no shame in that game. So crunches, knees up, elbows up. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So I'm crunching the elbows up to the knees. Again, follow along. Try to keep your knees still. Try not to crunch your knees up. Your goal is to reach your legs with your elbows. That's the whole point of the crunch. Try to get that range of motion on your stomach. Likewise, don't pull on your neck. Have your fingers just by your temples, on your ears. Halfway. After 20 seconds more of this movement or so, you'll get a luxury 1 minute recovery before we start to get a little bit tougher. Almost there. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Okay, so you now get a minute of recovery. So far, so good. Not too tough, hopefully. That was phase number 1. We've got 3 phases left to do. So the second batch of movements, again, feel free to have a bit of water, are going to be the same. But the squats are going to now progress into squat thrusts, which are these ones where you squat down, have a little thrust, and come up. We did them in the last workout. A little bit tougher, a bit more burn. The push-ups are now going to progress to just on your knees. Okay, you don't put your belly down, you try to get your belly off the floor, but you stay on your knees. And then the ab crunches are going to progress to bicycle kicks, another staple in our workout. So 3 movements, again, you should be fully familiar with, but just slight progressions to the first phase. And the third phase after this would be more progression. So again, not a knackering workout, but just more so like an educational one of how much you can do with these movements. So let's get ready. Squat thrusts in 3, 2, 1, and off we go. Down, up, down. It's like a little thrust. Boom, boom, boom. I keep on saying squat thrusts, they're called squat pulses. Squat thrusts are totally different movements. These are squat pulses. The pulse is the clue here. So that's the pulse here. Sometimes my brain just doesn't work. 6 out of 7 days, it's not working. On that 7th day, the world is a lucky place. Nice, so we're just over halfway. Again, I'm having that little pulse at the bottom, but again, I'm still standing up fully, squeezing my bum, going through full range of motion. If it starts to hurt your knees or whatever, sit down onto a chair. It will take a bit of the pressure off. If it hurts your back, sit down onto a chair. Almost there, so 3, 2, 1, and good. Squat pulse is done. So it's a lot slower tempo today than the last workout, but we're fine with that. So let's go on to push-ups on our knees. So the difference is these are belly, whereas these are knees. So the belly stays off the ground. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So I'm still in the same setup, but now I'm down and up without trying to put my belly on the floor. So my bum is a little bit higher in the air. Again, if you can't do this, go back to the first ones. If you can do this, give it your best shot. But a minute of any type of push-up is quite tough. And of course it is accumulating already, so it will be getting tougher. already. Again, I'm just taking my time. When I get to the bottom, I'm having a little pause and then pushing back up. Good quality reps today. 15 seconds left. Keep the speed going. Hopefully you're kind of keeping up. You can start off tough and then go to the belly as it gets too tough. It's almost there. So 3, 2, and 1. Nice steady tempo. Onto our backs, bicycle kicks. And as always, form is crucial. So don't rush these, but follow along. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Boom. Again, knees extending. I say it every single time. And going across to the opposite leg. Don't pull on your head, but this will burn the abs a little bit more than the crunches because there's constant tension on the core. Just over halfway now. Yep, definitely starting to burn. All the way through to the end if you can. So 3, 2, and 1. That is a definite burner. Okay, good. It builds up. That is phase 2 done. Another minute to recover before we go to phase 3. So how are the movements going to progress from there? The squats are now lunges. They're a little bit tougher than the squats. There's lots and lots of different style of lunges that we can do, but we're going to go for alternating lunges. So basically, as you know, feet together, step back, and then come back to the middle. But because we're alternating, we're switching over legs every time. So right leg goes back, then the left leg goes back, and so on and so forth. Getting your knee down to the ground is very important. That's movement number 1. Movement number 2 is now going to be push-ups on your toes. The full-on push-ups, if you can. If you can't, stick to your knees or stick to the belly, it's fine. But push-ups on your toes are tough, so even if you start off with push-ups on your toes, drop down to your knees as it gets too tough, which is possible for everyone. So third movement, I'll tell you when we get there. So lunges, so 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So I'm switching over. Even a minute is tough to fit everything in to describe stuff. So I'll tell you what, it'll be a surprise. That third ab exercise, you can all look forward to that one. It's a beauty. But again, taking my time here, trying to keep my posture nice and tall. Reverse lunges for me are my favourite, but some people do prefer to lunge forward like this. But just personal preference and balance-wise, reverse lunge is just that little bit nicer. So keep going up until we get all the way through. You're comfortably over halfway now. Last 10. Doing well. So 3, 2, 1, and good. Nice. Okay, so now it's time for the big round. A minute of push-ups. What can we do? This is tough for everyone on their toes. So I'm going to start on my toes. Once it starts to really burn, I'll drop down to my knees, then down to the belly. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So hands are still shoulder width apart. I'm on my toes, and I'm keeping the same sort of speed. But again, if you can't do it, just do whatever you can do from the previous rounds. If you can, then that's brilliant. Give it a real good shot. But they are a lot tougher to do. I'm trying to at least get to halfway. But now I've got a little bit of strength left, so I'm going to keep on going before I might inevitably I have to drop down to my knees. Have a little shake on. I'm going to try to pop them out all the way through if I can. Final 10. Right, I'm going to drop down to the knees to get a few more done. Almost there. Final 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. What is the ab exercise? Good question. Ab tucks. I totally forgot myself. So ab tucks, a bit more back involved, a bit more balance. Crunch, extend, crunch, extend. We've done it before. So 3, 2, 1, off we go. So crunch up, extend your legs, extend your back, crunch up, lean, crunch, lean. That's the goal. So a minute of that. So here we go. A minute, already 10 seconds in. Again, taking my time, we're looking for real good technique. As you extend, keep your feet close to the ground. Don't lift them up in the air. Just over halfway. Again, you might feel this one in your lower back. If you do, have a little pause, shake off, and go again. But feeling it in your lower back is not necessarily a bad thing. As long as it's a muscular ache, we have muscles there as well to work. Final 10, it's definitely burning. Keep going. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Phase 3 done. So for me anyway, I can feel the difference with that one. Now the heart rate's starting to get a little bit higher, but we have a 4th phase to do. You might be thinking, how can we progress from there? There's always ways. So a simple way, the lunges, I'll get my breath back, are now going to be replaced with split squats, which are basic lunges. We've done them before, but stationary. You go up and down, one leg at a time, but never putting that back heel down. Never rock back. You want to keep it up, keep tension on this front leg. Very important. 30 seconds of those, 30 seconds on the other leg, and then push-ups are now going to go to close grip. Hands are much closer together instead of shoulder width. We will try to do them on our toes, but again, it's a lot tougher. Squeezing your elbows in and pushing out. If you need to go to your knees, you're more than welcome. And the ab one, surprise, of course, of course. So let's get ready for the split squat. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. As always, not keeping up with the time myself. We're in. Hopefully you're watching the timer on the screen, so you're getting prepared way before me. But yeah, so this is our last phase now. So these are now some of the more tougher variations of each movement. You can still make them tougher. There's always ways, but these are plenty good enough for this sort of intermediate level. But yeah, so we're going to switch over legs. That's your halfway mark. The reason this is tougher, a lot of balance. Your legs don't ever get a breather, hence why they're called split squats, not lunges, because you don't actually move your feet. You're always in constant position of tension on that front quad. So final 10. Don't forget, this is our last round now. So this is the last round of the course. So we put everything we've got into it. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, close grip push-ups. I have my hands very close together, elbows tucked in, pressing up. Again, we have 3 regressions. You can use any of them, but let's give it a try. So 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So again, I'm going to try to do them on my toes, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to get all of these done on my toes all the way through, because they are a lot tougher. A lot more emphasis is put on the triceps here. Shift back a little bit. And also, just quickly, when you have your hands, if you paint a diamond at the bottom, it should be very close to your chest. You don't want it to be up here or down here, right in the chest. Important point to make, because you don't want to hurt your shoulders. Okay, final 20. Oh, okay, that's getting tough. So we're dropping down to the knees and to the belly, I think now. Just try to get as many reps done as we can. Triceps and shoulders burning. So 7, 6, 5, and 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Lovely. We do like that. So now final exercise of the workouts. Guess it. Mountain climbers. Let's do this. Same as last time. So 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Double whammy after the push-ups. This is a tough round. As always, I start off slow. I like to get my rhythm. I like to keep the tension on my core. I like to keep my knees not going too high off the ground. I'm not up here. I'm keeping constant tension. If we can get through the whole round, you've done very well. Probably better than me because my arms and shoulders are absolutely on fire. Oh yes, we love that. I'm gonna go slightly wider with the old grip. Just over halfway. Oh yes, come on. Okay, here we go, final 17. I'm gonna up the speed a little bit now. Final 10, all the way through. Your arms and shoulders, even if I can speak, will be the stuff that's really hurting. So 3, 2, and 1. Okay, good. Whew. You probably did better than me there. That is a tough one. Put after push-ups, if you've worked real hard during the push-ups, your arms will be shocked. So going straight into a similar position for another minute is very, very tough. Hence why it was the last phase. But if you're like me, get your breath back down. We're gonna go straight into a stretch, but you've made it through the workout, so that's fantastic work. Nailed it. Yeah, that last one was a bit different to workout 7, far less cardio, but just tougher in other ways. Some tougher movements, lots of time in uncomfortable positions. You get it, but let's get stretched out as always. So we're just gonna start to circle the wrists around. So even for me, all this sort of stuff is different to me because normally I will go to the gym and I'll do your classic sort of weightlifting, your bench and your deadlift, your squats. So heavier, but a lot less time, I suppose, a lot less cardio. And then if I do cardio, quite frequently I'll go for runs, but it's totally different, some shoulders, to doing this sort of stuff. So it's a bit of a shock, a bit of a eye-opener to the circuit style stuff. It's a whole different ball game. So it's real good. I enjoy it. Hope you enjoy it as well. It's totally different, totally different. Let's switch over. But as someone that's been teaching classes for 10 plus years, if not more, I can see the pain that I'm putting people through. I'm finally experiencing that pain for myself. The joys. Still no sympathy, absolutely no sympathy whatsoever. You turn up to a class to work hard, right? That's the goal. Who wants an easy class? But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed all these workouts. Hopefully they've given you lots of different kind of ideas that you can do yourself to make stuff fun or to progress or to regress. Either or. Let's do the kicks. Let's come forward a little bit. And it's possible that by the time this is up on YouTube, I've already filmed or already be filming the advanced course. And that is a lot more advanced. Actually, maybe not, it's just a bit more advanced. Some definitely tougher movements in there, different workouts. So that may be getting filmed by the time this is up. So there's always ways to progress. So just keep subscribed and stay tuned. Like the videos if and when you can, that would be awesome. But now it's going to finish up with these as per usual. But yeah, any support is always welcomed. I don't really beg for it or ask for it, but it's useful. It's useful. And switch over. And 3, 2, and 1. Okay, nice. Shake it off and you can now fully relax. That's 8 workouts of intermediate level done. Stay tuned in the near future for the advanced course if you've got what it takes, which I'm sure you do. If I've got what it takes, which I hope I do. But yes, I will see you all very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day and get rested and eat your protein. Very important. See you very soon.